How have we got away with that? Spurs won, Newcastle won. I'm a Newcastle fan. I'm going to celebrate it. But last minute goal to Newcastle, scored by Wilson. How have they given a pen there? How have they given a pen there? Whoever is creating these new rules is absolutely crazy. He's looking the wrong way. It's hit him at the top of the arm. As I say, the ref, the VAR, the rules, whoever has decided that is a penalty, I have no idea. But I am still a Newcastle fan, and we've just nicked a point out of a game where we were absolutely useless again. So I will take it, but that is shocking. If that was the other way around, and I've no doubt Spurs fan or even any fan of anyone else other than Newcastle will watch that and go, that is shocking. And if that had happened to us the other way around, I will be absolutely foaming. But I've got to be happy with it. We were absolutely useless for 95 minutes. We didn't have a shot on target all game until a ref gave us a pen that definitely shouldn't have been a pen, and we've scrounged a point out of that. You know, we were so bad against Brighton last week, and we've come out and played Spurs today, and as I say, we didn't have a shot on target. Spurs had all the ball. When we did get the ball, we either kicked it out or passed it to the other team. Carl Darlow, get him in the England squad. He was fantastic. Best player for us today. Kept us at 1-0 going into the second half. Spurs had some shots that he'd saved, some great saves. They'd hit the woodwork. They'd done all sorts. And that was the thing for us. We couldn't get near the ball again. And when we did get the ball, we were doing nothing with it. Brucey obviously tried his 5 at the back tactic to obviously keep it defensive. I suppose that's one positive we did have today. I thought defensively we were much better than against Brighton. But as soon as we got into the opposition half, again, no creativity. It just wasn't working. Going into the second half, Spurs took off Son for injury or otherwise, and they did slow down a bit. And at this point I thought, right, let's try and get something out of this game. No, it was pretty much 30 minutes of the second half of just two teams who were quite happy with the game ending 1-0, or that's what it felt like. We brought on Murphy, who kicked the ball out a few times. We brought on Carroll, who in fairness got us the penalty by heading it onto... I'm just watching the highlights now. I think, did Harry Kane get sent off for dissent at the end of the game there as well? Wow. I've no doubt the pundits are probably also talking about how ridiculous that penalty was. And as I say, don't give me grief. If it was the other way around and you'd played that badly and managed to pull up a point, I'm sure you'd probably be celebrating as well. But as I say, and I'm just watching it back, does it even hit him in the arm? Or is it like... yeah, it does. But again, he's facing the wrong... I don't know. Yeah, it is so harsh. If that had been the other way against us... And it's not often we're ahead in the game, so if we actually ended up drawing like that, I would be absolutely foaming. But as a Newcastle fan, for Newcastle fans watching this, that's a let off. It makes it look... anyone who looks at it and goes, oh, Newcastle drew 1-1 today, that's not a bad result. If you watch any of the other 96 minutes that were played today, you will realise that is such a let off. We're back in the League Cup this week against Newport before going on and playing against Burnley. And I think Spurs were the favourites today, obviously. I think coming into the Burnley game, it's going to be more 50-50 and we need to do more. Sitting off defensively like that, I understand why Brucey wanted to try that as a tactic, but by the time it got to the second half, it clearly wasn't working and we needed to change things. And we... just got lucky at the end. Like that, you aren't going to win games by just getting lucky at the end. You need to actually go out and try and win. And we just looked off the mark, off the pace again today. It was similar to Brighton. Like the only thing we did better than Brighton was at least defensively we looked a little bit more in shape. And Darlow had an absolute amazing game. So that's where I'm going to end it. Let me know what you thought of the game. If you're a Newcastle fan, you, probably like me, you thought it was absolutely useless until the ref, for some reason, gave us a penalty which was scored. And if you're a Spurs fan, you no doubt absolutely gutted because that was ridiculous, to be honest. I think Spurs should have probably kept their foot down. You know, I understand that at 1-0 they can just take the 3 points and move on, but we were useless. You know, you could have easily attacked us for 45 more minutes instead of taking your foot off. But there you go. We got a point when we definitely didn't deserve one, and we got our first shot on target since the West Ham game in a Premier League game, thanks to a penalty. So there you go. What can I say? I'll take it, but we have huge problems right now that need to be looked into, because we are not going to win games by getting dodgy penalties every week. If it wasn't for that, we were nowhere near a goal. The closest to a goal after that penalty was when the Spurs player kicked it off his own teammate and it went out for a corner. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. Drop a like. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Newport this week in the Cup, and if we can win that, we get through to a quarter-final, which would not be bad at all. We seem to do well against the lower league teams, just we can't do anything against the Premier League one. And then, as I say, then Burnley is going to be the real question and answer for me, because we know Spurs are better than we are. We went defensive because of that. I think the Burnley game, we need to actually go out there and show we can actually play some football, if we can. That is why it's going to be the question and answer. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I'll catch you later.